Hello dear viewers, welcome back to Horilla. So I am here before you to take you all to a glance to the brand new HR system which is Horilla. So Horilla will be the only HR solution which you all need to manage all the HR related activities of your organization. So here in Horilla we have modules like onboarding, recruitment, payroll, then you have the attendance, leave and all those things which are required to manage your HR related activities. Now managing HR related activities is actually a bit time consuming, but if you use Horilla, you can actually save so much of your time. So I'm not stretching it, let's move on to Horilla and see what Horilla has hidden inside it. Okay guys, so now let's move on to Horilla and see what are the different modules and what each module provides us. So the first thing which comes is the dashboard. So that's the basic thing of Horilla. Now inside this dashboard, you can see almost everything about the whole software. So here in the dashboard, you get an idea of each module like the recruitment, the onboarding, the attendance, leave and so on. So here you also have an option to drag and drop each. Okay, so here you can see the announcements, the quick actions, the overtime which are to be approved, the attendance which are to be validated, and also you can see the leave requests which are to be approved, the offline employees, and then you get a count of the total strength and the number of people who are going to join this week and the total of joinees today and so on. So basically everything is there in this dashboard and it gives you a graphical view of everything. So that's the dashboard. Now if you go to the next module, which is recruitment, inside the recruitment you have this thing called the dashboard also. Okay, so the dashboard inside the recruitment denotes every details of the recruitment module. Okay, so here we have a recruitment module and in this dashboard, it will be showing you all the details regarding the recruitment module. So you can see the total vacancies, the ongoing recruitments, the hired candidates, the conversion rate, the OAR and all those things. Okay, so you have the skill zone status, the candidate offer letter status and all such things. So basically you get an idea of everything which is inside the recruitment module from the dashboard of the recruitment. So that's the dashboard of recruitment. Now you have the recruitment pipeline. So here in the recruitment pipeline, you can see the different recruitments which are currently running, and under each recruitment, you can see the different stages, okay? So you can see the initial stage, the screening stage, the hired ones and all, and each candidates who are under those stages can be viewed in detail in, the pipeline view, okay? So you have different, recruitments over here. You have the quest, the pioneer pathways and all. Okay, so that's it. And now if you want to create a new stage under any of the recruitment, that is possible just by clicking on the stage icon over here. So you can create stage from here. Just give the name of the stage, the recruitment under which the stage we are creating, the stage manager and also the stage type. Okay, once it's done, what you have to do is you can make it active, and once it's active, you can simply save it. Okay, so that's it. And if you want to create a new recruitment, that is also possible inside this recruitment pipeline. So simply click on the recruitment over here and then you can use it. So you have this 3 dots under each recruitment. So it can make you enable, edit, close and delete all these things. So that's the recruitment pipeline. Next you have the recruitment survey. So this is basically survey templates. So questions and templates can be viewed over here. So pre-created templates are here, pre-created questions here, questions are here, all such things are here. So what you have to do is if you want to create a new one, you can simply click on the plus icon over here. Okay, then you have these filters as well. So that's the survey templates and this can be used in different recruitments. So that's the recruitment survey. Then you have the candidate. Okay, so all the candidates which are there in the recruitment, means every candidate who have come for every recruitment can be viewed here under the candidate list. So it gives you a card-like view as well as a list view. Now inside each card you get the name of the person, the email ID, the designation for which he has applied, and also if he has provided a profile picture, that can also be viewed here. And then you have 3 status like the hired, not hired and cancelled ones, which are denoted in 3 different colors. So you can create a candidate easily by clicking on the create icon over here. So that's the candidate. Next you have the recruitment. So this is the main part of the recruitment module. From here you can create a recruitment. Okay, so you've seen different recruitments under the recruitment pipeline section. Okay, so those recruitments can be created and managed over here. So it's very easy to create a recruitment. Just go and click on the create icon, which is on the top right corner of the screen. So click on recruitment here. So you can add the title here And then you have the option to add descriptions, the job position, manager, start date, end date, vacancy, company, and all such things. And you can also make it published or not. And once it's done, you can simply click on add over here. So that's how you create a new recruitment. And then you have 3 dots over here where you can see different fields. So you have fields like recruitment, managers, open jobs, vacancy, total hires, start date, end date, and actions. So all these things are enabled here. That's the reason why you can see all different fields. Now, if you want to disable anyone, if I'm just removing this open jobs, means that is removed from the screen, okay? So you can filter it. That is, you can choose what field should be shown on the screen. So that's it. That's how you select and unselect different rows. So that's the recruitment. Next, you have the skill zone. So here in the skill zone, you have the option to add different skills. So you have skills like the programming, the design, the marketing, data analysis, customer service. Even you can add communication and all as a skill. So creating a skill is very easy. You can simply click on create over here and add a skill. Okay, so that's how you add a skill zone. And then you have different stages. So these are all the stages which we can find under different recruitments. Okay, so all the recruitments are here. If you expand it, under each you can see the different stages which are created, like initial hire, first interview, and cancelled candidates. So that's the different stages. And here you have the option to create stages as well for any individual recruitment. So that's the recruitment module. Next, let's move on to the onboarding module. So here in the onboarding, you have 2 things mainly, which is the onboarding view as well as the candidate view. So here under the onboarding view, you can see the different recruitments and the onboarding ones. So just clicking on the quest. So here you have the stages, and you can see all the details of the candidates, what the stage is. If you just click on this, you can see the initial stage or first week stage, whatever it is, you can choose it from here. So based on each of the recruitment, you can see the onboarding view. Similarly, you have the candidate view. So here under the candidate view, you can see the different job position, the recruitment for which the candidate has come, the date of joining, the probation ending dates, and all such things, okay? So you can hired, these are all hired candidates. So you can send portal to the candidates from this area, and also you can create a new candidate. And here shows the portal sent, the portal not sent, joining not set, and joining set. So all these are denoted in different colors, okay? Now you can, send portal as well as start onboarding from here. Then you can add to rejected candidates. You have the option to send mail. You have the option to edit it as well as delete it, okay? So that's how you do it. And then you have the offer letter. Under the offer letter, you have this not sent, send, accepted, rejected, and joined. So you have these much stages, and this can be changed from the offer letter. That is the different status of the offer letter. So that's the onboarding, where you have this onboarding view as well as the candidate view. Then you have the employees, which is one among the important section, because for every organization, their employees are their main assets, right? So here in the employee section, you have the profile of the employee. So what if I am the one who is logged in, my profile can be viewed here, okay? So you have the employee profile over here. So under the employee profile, you have the name of the person, the profile picture, and then you have the work email, normal email ID, the work phone, and the phone number, and all such things, okay? So you have the about of the person. So you have the personal information, the work information, as well as the contract details. Now you have this work type as well as shift. So you can see the current work type of the person, the shift type of the person, the rotating shift of the person, as well as the rotating work type of the person. Then if you want to reallocate the shift of this, logged in employee, that can be changed. Then you have this attendance, the leave, payroll, allowance and deduction. Then you have, if you just take a look, you have the penalty, access, the assets, the performance, okay, the documents, bonus point, resignation. That is everything regarding an employee. That is individual assessments can be seen here in the profile of each of the employee. Now you have the employees here. So these are the different employees. It's also a card-like view. Now inside each card, you get the minimal or the minimum details of a particular individual, okay? So creating an employee is also very easy. So just click on create over here. And here comes the employee creation form, and from here you can add the employee. So a badge ID is automatically generated for this person. Okay, so that's how you create a new employee. Now you have this document request. Now these will be the document requests to employees. So once you are joining to a new organization, they'll be requesting for documents like your certificates, your identification things, that is your ID cards and all such things, right? So those document requests can be created from here. Okay, so there might be in need of your PIC, okay, your documents, your ID proofs and all such things. So those document requests can be viewed here. Okay, so from here you can, upload the pictures, documents and all such things, and such requests can be created from this area. Okay, so under each you have this action which is to edit and delete, so you can do accordingly. So that's the document request. Then you have the shift request. Now shift request, you know what shift is. You have this morning shift, night shift and all. If you want to request for any particular shift, currently you are doing morning shift, in case of any emergency you want night shift, means you can send the shift request to the admin, and whether he approve or not, like based on the decision he makes, you will get the shift. Okay, either that person can approve it or even reject it. Okay, so this is where you request for the shift. And then you have the same thing which is for work type, that is you can request for work type. If you are a person who is doing work from home and you need work from office, you can request for that here under the work type requests. So here also you have this approve and reject button, and from here also you can choose whatever fields should be visible here under the work type request. So that's it. And we have this rotating shift assign. So you can do this shift rotation, that is shift means you have this night shift, morning shift, noon shift and all. So this shift rotation can be assigned from this rotating shift assign. So here comes the assigning, and from here also you can choose the fields which you want here. Similarly, you have the rotating work type assign. So if you want your work type to be rotated, so such rotation and all is managed here under the rotating work type assign. So you have work types like work from home, work from office and all. So that rotation can be made over here. So that's the rotating work type assign. And then you have the disciplinary actions, which is like the suspensions which come, the dismissals and the termination, all such things. So such disciplinary actions can be created here. This is also a very important part of every organization, right? Based on the actions of your employees, you can choose which disciplinary action should be given to that person. Okay, so such actions, so if you want to take a new action, you can create it from here. You can choose the employee, what action you are going to put for that employee, that can be chosen from here, and the description, also the start date of the disciplinary action. Okay, so this is the very important area or a crucial area where you can take an action against any of your employees. So that's the disciplinary action. Then you have the policies of the company. So you have the sales policy as well as the service policy. New policies can be created, and also you can view the policies which are already there in your system. So that's the policies. And then you have the organizational chart which shows the hierarchy, who is under who is under which department and all such things. So this gives a detailed organizational chart. Now this is corresponding to Adam Lewis, who is the logged in person. So you can change the employee, and corresponding organizational chart will be shown. Okay, so that's the organizational chart, and that's the employee module. Next you have the payroll, which is also one among the important module, because here in the payroll it decides to create a salary, the pay slip and such things. So here comes the organizational chart. So here in the payroll, you have this dashboard for the payroll. So it shows all the details of the payrolls, like the paid count, the confirmed ones, the review ongoing, the draft, the employee pay slip, the contract which is going to end, the employee contributions and department chart. So all such things are here under the payroll dashboard. Then you have the contracts. So you can see the different contracts here. So you can see the details like the contract, the employee, the start and end date of the contract and such things. So you can create one from here, and also you can choose which field should be visible here under the contracts. Then you have the allowance view. So here are the different allowances. Okay, so these allowances are all which will be used in the pay slip, right? So you have the different allowances like the meal allowance, the low basic pay assistance, the childcare allowance and such things. So allowances can be created from here. Similarly, we have the deductions. So deductions like the ESI, the Medicare tax and all. So these deductions can be created here under the deductions view, and this can be used in the pay slip. So here comes the most important thing, which is the pay slip. So here you create all the pay slips. You can select pay slips from here. So here you can see the start date, the end date, the batch, the gross pay, the deduction, the net pay and all. Now if you want to add any more fields or remove any fields, you can do that from here. And also you can create a new pay slip from here. So you have the option to send this via mail. Okay. So that's it. Now you can even download it and remove it. So that's the payslip section. And you can see the different stages, different, statuses, like whether it's paid, confirmed, review ongoing, draft, mail sent or mail not sent. And each of them are denoted in different colors. So that's the payslip. Then you have the loan or the advance salary. So such things can be viewed here. So you have the fine, the advance salary and the loan. So if any of the employees have taken loan or advance salary, that can be viewed here in the loan or advanced salary section. Okay, so that's the loan and advance salary. Then you have the encashment and reimbursement. So leave encashments can be seen here. Bonus encashments can be seen here. So these are all the bonuses. So you can view it over here. You can either accept it, that is approve it, or even reject it. So that's the bonus. And then you have the reimbursements over here. Okay, if any will be, if there is any reimbursement, that can be viewed here. And you can create one as well. So that's the encashment and reimbursement. Then you have the federal tax, which are the different filing status under which you can see this single, the married filing jointly, or the married filing separately, and the head of household. Similarly, you can add filing statuses by clicking on the create icon. So that's the payroll module. Next, we have the attendance. So it's very important to manage the attendance of each of the employees, right? So it's based on these attendance and all, we give the salary to the person. So here under the attendance also, we have a very attractive dashboard. So here in the dashboard, it gives the details of the attendance, similar like the attendance which are to be validated, the attendance which are validated, the overtime attendance which are to be validated, the hour chart, the offline employees, attendance analytic, and all such things. Then you have the attendance. Okay, so under the attendance, you can manage the attendances like, the employees, all such things. Now here, you can validate the attendance, okay? So validated attendance can be viewed here. Overtime attendance can be viewed here. The validated attendance are here. The attendance which are to be validated is here. So here you can see validate. Once you validate it, it will move on to validated attendance. So you can see attendance validated. Similarly, you have this overtime attendance also. You can simply approve overtime from here just by clicking on the icon. So that's confirmed. As you can see, overtime approved. So this is how you manage the, this is from where you validate an attendance. Validated attendances are viewed, and you can validate the OT attendance, which is overtime. And then you have the attendance request, which is the request for attendances. So that can be seen here. So you have the check-in, check-out time, the in date and out date, and all such things. And from here, you can see the minimum hours at work and all. So you can choose what rows should be there. You can unselect all rows and select all rows at a time, or simply by clicking manually, you can choose a single fields, okay? So that is all attendances. Now you can create one from here. So you have the hour account, which is based on the hours. So you can see the worked hours, the hours to be validated, the pending hours, and the overtime hours. So this is basically an hour account. Here, all the calculation comes based on the different hours. Okay, that hour account can be created here. Now you have this work records. So here in the work record, this is basically kind of a registers and all which we found in our school, right? You have this presence and absence marking. So that is done here under the work records, okay? So that is the work records. Now you have the attendance activity. So here in the attendance activity also, you can see the employee, the attendance date, the in date, check-in, check-out date, and all such things. Now, you can select all the attendance at once just by clicking on select all attendances. You have different actions, which is to remove it, and also you can select and unselect all rows together. So that's the attendance activity. Then you have the section called late come or even early out. So if there are any cases where you come late or any other cases where you are going out early, such cases can be marked here, and such cases are managed here. So you have this type called late come and early out. So that's managed here. Okay. So that's the late come and early out. And finally, you can see your attendances. If you are the person logged into Horilla, means your attendances can be managed here under my attendance section. Okay. So that's how you manage the attendances in Horilla. So obviously, if we have a module to manage attendance, there should be a module to manage leaves. Okay. So here we have a module called leave. Now inside this leave module, you have the option to see the dashboard. So here in the dashboard, you can see the next or the upcoming holidays, and then you have the employee leaves, the department leaves, the count of approved leaves, the weekly leave analysis and all such things. So that's the dashboard. Then you can see your leave requests, that is my leave requests. Okay, so you can see the different leave types like the casual leave, the sick leave, the paid leave, the maternity leave and so on. So you have the leave type, the start date, the end date, the requested dates, the days, and you have the status, the comment and the confirmation, all such things are here under your leave requests. Okay, so the confirmation and all can be seen, whether it's requested, approved, cancelled or rejected, that can be viewed over here. Okay, so that's my leave request. Then you can see in general all leave requests. So this is all leave requests. Okay, so you can see who is it and what is the status of the different leave requests. Okay, so whether it's cancelled, approved and all can be viewed over here. So that's all leave request. And then you have the leave types. So what are the different leave types? We have this maternity leave, paid leave, sick leave and all. So such leave types can be created here under leave types, and creation can be done from here, and this can be used in the leave requests. So that's the leave type. Then you have the assigned leaves. So these are the different assigned leaves, that is leaves assigned to different people. So under maternity leave, you have these much people, these much leaves have been assigned. Similarly to sick leave, paid leave and casual leave, how many people, to how many people these leaves are assigned can be viewed clearly under all assigned leaves. Okay, so that's the assigned leave. Then you have the leave allocation requests. So this is a request for leave allocation. So that request can be viewed here. Whether it's rejected, requested or approved, that can be viewed here viewed from this particular screen as well. So that's the leave module. Then you have the performance. Okay, so under the performance, you have the dashboard. So you have the total OKR, the total key result, the feedback, and you have different graphs for feedback status, the key result status, as well as the objective status. Okay, so that's the dashboard, and you have the objectives. Now, you can create different objectives, create a duration to learn or, to fulfill that objective. It's like setting a goal and, achieving that goal within a particular duration. Okay, so that's given here. You have things like improve your communication skill. That's an objective. If I'm going to take that objective, I'm setting a duration to achieve that objective. Okay, and then you can see the results, the manager for each of these objectives and all. So such objectives can be created from here. So you can either archive it, edit it and delete it. So that's the objective. Then you have 360 feedback. So under the 360 feedback, you have the self feedback, the requested feedback, all feedback and anonymous feedback. This is to get feedback for yourself from others. Okay, so you have the self feedback, the requested feedback, all feedbacks and anonymous feedback, and this can be created from here. So you can see the ones which are on track, closed, behind, not started and at risk. Okay, so that's the 360 feedback. Then you have a period. That is, you can set a start date and end date, and then you can give a title for that particular period. Now this period can be used here on the performance. So you can see the different periods which are created like Q1, Q2, Q3, and you've set a start date and end date for each period. Okay, so that's the period. And then finally you have this question template which can be used for the feedback. So you have question templates like for the junior developer, the developer question, the assessment and all. So similarly, question templates can be created from here, give a title and also the company. Okay, and once you're done, you can simply save it. That's the performance. Next, you have the offboarding, which is the exit process. That is, we've only talked about the entry of a person to the company. If somebody want to exit the company, you have this exit process as well as the resignation letters. So for exiting, all on a sudden or one finding, you can't get out of the organization, right? There are certain processes. So you have this notice period, the assets return and such things. So such things can be managed here under the offboarding. So you have the notice period and also the people who are under the notice period and people who have to return the, what are the assets which is taken from the company, and all such things can be seen here. So you have the status of the resignation mail, whether it's to do, in progress, stuck or completed, that is viewed here. Okay, so that's how you manage the offboarding. So stages can be created from here. So that's it. And then you have the resignation letter. So it's another important part. Currently, we don't have any resignation here. So if you want to create a new resignation, click on the create here. So here comes the resignation letter. You can choose the employee, the title, and you can provide a description for this resignation. You have the plan to leave on, which date you are planning to leave on. That date can be given here, and the status, whether it's requested, approved or rejected. And you can make it active, and once it's done, you can simply save it. Okay, so your saved resignation letters will be seen under the resignations. So that is the offboarding, and then you have the assets. So once you are planning to, resign, you have to return all the assets of the company, right? So you have the assets over here. Under the assets, you have this dashboard. So in the dashboard, you have the total count of the assets, people who have requested for the assets and the assets which are in use. So all such things can be seen here. Now, if you go to the asset view, you have the different assets, the count of the assets. Now, if you just expand this laptop, you can see the different laptops which are there. Now, you can see the status of each asset. Okay, so that's it. And if you want to create a new asset, click on create, give the name, description and company. Okay, so that's the asset view. Then you can see request and allocation. So if people have requested for the asset, so that request and the allocations can be found here. So here you have the different assets which are in use. Now for returning, you can click on return. That is your asset. Okay. Now the asset request which have come, so you can either reject or approve the request. Now here you have the asset allocation. So you can see the asset allocation, people who are using it, if they have returned it, and if you want them to return it, you can simply click on the return over here. So that is the managing of the assets here. Okay, the request and allocation. Then you have the asset history. So you can see the asset history, that is the assigned date, the return date and the return status. So if a laptop is given to me, I'm using it, and after I return it, if it's in healthy state, means it will be shown as healthy. If I've made any major damage to it, that can be viewed here. If I've done any minor damage, that can also be viewed here. Okay, so that's the asset history. Then you have the help desk. So here in the help desk, you have the tickets as well as FAQs. Now the frequently asked questions can be created here. So you have the different things like the employee module, base module, recruitment module. So view the FAQs enables you to see the frequently asked questions on each of these topics. Okay, if you want to create an FAQ category, you can create it from here. So you can give the title, the description, and then once you save it, a category is created. Okay, then here you have tickets. So any issues comes for you, go and generate a ticket over here. Okay, so ticket ID, the ticket title, the owner type, it can be a complaint or not, then forward to assign to status, and priority of the ticket can be set from here. So it's very important to set priority, right? So it can be a very urgent issue, it can be a very urgent complaint or not. So you can set priority. You have these 3 stars over here. So based on that, you can set the priority and you can create one from here. So creating a ticket is very simple. Click on give a title, description, the ticket type. So you have ticket types like support, complaint, and create new ticket types. If you want to create new, that can be done from here. You can set the priority, forward to status, deadline, and also even if you want to add attachments, that can be done. Once you're done, you can save it and use it. So that's the tickets and that's the help desk. Finally, you have this configuration where you have multiple approvals. So in the multiple approval condition, what happens is that you have this department, the condition operator, the condition value, the approval manager, the actions, and the different departments. Okay, so you can choose the different department. So this is actually a condition which you are setting for multiple approvals at a time. Okay, so these are the different approval conditions which are preset here. If you want to create one, you can create it from here and simply apply it. So that's the multiple approvals. And then you have the mail template. So mail templates can be created here. Now the offer letter template is pre-created here. This can be used for offer letters. Then you have this holidays. Okay, so holidays configuration can be done from here. So you have different holidays like Christmas, Independence Day and all, right? So such holidays are created here and managed from here. So you can simply click on create and all those things can be viewed here as well. So that's the holidays. And finally, you have the company name. So there'll be certain days which your company is not working. Like in certain company, for them, every Saturday and Sunday will be a holiday. Certain companies, they'll be given leave only on Saturdays or second Saturdays and all. So such things, that is the company names, can be applied here under the configuration. So that's all about Horilla, and that is Horilla before you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.